Hey everybody, welcome back to the 10th floor. It's me, Matt.
Hi, everybody, it's Kat.
And you're riding up the elevator all the way up to the 10th floor here in the hospital, General Hospital. One of the biggest city hospitals in all of Port Charles. One of two big city hospitals. The other one, Mercy. Nobody ever goes to Mercy. Nobody cares about Mercy unless you're looking for another job.
That's true. They only mention Mercy if someone is
I'm I'm
yeah.
I'm looking for another. I'm keeping my options open is what I'm doing. I
Yeah.
want to raise here at General Hospital. So Monica Quartermain, I know you're in charge. Hey, Jacarius, welcome. Jacarius, always one of the first people to join us, and I love it. Hey, Jacarius, hey, Elegant, welcome back. Do you guys come off of Maurice Bernard's State of Mind before hopping over onto this show? Because he's on just before us. He's our lead-in, you know.
Is he?
He is. He's on at 10 a.m. Pacific time. We're on at 11 a.m. Pacific time, and James Lott Jr. is on at 1 o'clock Pacific time.
Yeah.
GH. Thanks so much for asking, Jacarius. He wants to know how the day has been. And it's been good. We're recovering, it's Sunday morning. Always kind of tired, right?
Yeah. I'm a little tired. We had some kids over last night. My grandson's little league team had a bye this week, so we have a big backyard. So we had some of his teammates over and set up an outdoor screen and played Sandlot.
Yeah.
You're killing me, Smalls. You're killing me,
Smalls. You want some more? Some more what? I can't have any more if I haven't had any to start with. Yeah, sound like classic kids baseball movie. But, we're not here to talk about classic kids baseball movies. You know what we're here to talk about? We're here to talk about General Hospital,
Those people behind you, huh?
Because the doors have opened. And you're here, you're up on the 10th floor, you look to the left and you can see TJ doing doctor stuff.
Yep.
And then you look to the right and you can see Jacarius Naylor is right there next to the nurse's station. Hey, Jacarius. Jacarius, I'm going to open up the floor to you, sir. Oftentimes on the 10th floor, we talk about things that you are not interested in. So, Jacarius, I'm giving you the power right here, right now. What are we opening the show with? What do you want us to talk about first? I'll give it a second for you to let me know. Look at that. See, look at it. And he already wants to know if we heard that GH cast a new actor. Did you hear that GH has cast a new actor to contract status? Have you seen this on Twitter, Ma? No? All right. I don't remember his name, and I'm not going to look it up right now because this is the 10th floor, and we don't bring you the hard-hitting facts. We just bring you our gut-wrench reaction to things. So
pretty much, huh?
They've hired a new actor onto contract status, and he's a younger-looking man, even though he's 32 years old. The whole Twitter world wanted me to know that this man is in his 30s, even though he looks all of 19, 20 years old.
Okay.
And
Actually, I did see something on Twitter about 32, and I thought, what? I didn't understand.
Yeah.
I couldn't find what you were talking about.
Yeah. So so he's been cast to the show. He's an actor of Asian descent. And he's very fit and very good looking. And, after thinking about it some, I'm like, maybe he's going to be a student at PCU, to kind of bring in a little more drama to the young crowd. But Twitter might have their fingers on the pulse here. I think we might have a woo coming in.
And I think so, too. That's what well, of course, it would be a woo. I mean,
not every Asian person has to be a woo, right?
Well, I know, but more than likely, if they're going to be on General Hospital right now, they'd be a woo because that's the story that's heating up. The Wu family is heating up.
It's true.
Right?
Yeah. Well, the Wu family is heating up, and if Maurice Bernard is to believe, he's Mobster Sonny's coming back. Mobster Sonny's gonna be here. It's a matter of time before. What do you want? The crowd on the left say Mobster. The crowd on the right say Sonny. Now all together, let's go. Mobster Sonny, Mobster Sonny, Mobster Sonny. I mean, he's practically being the cheerleader for this. I don't know if you noticed. I mean, people weren't at the hey Chandra, people weren't at the convention with us, so they weren't able to see hype man Maurice Bernard being like, hey, by the way, did you know the mob's coming back?
Yeah, he said like 1990 Sonny.
Like 90s Sonny's coming back. I'm gonna start drugging strippers.
I thought, well, dang.
Okay, he's not going to start drugging strippers. I don't know what he means by 90s Sonny, because 90s Sonny and 2020 Sonny are completely different people.
Well, I think he was harder back then, wasn't he?
Yeah. I mean, that's when he had the strip club and he pumped Scotty's daughter so full of drugs that she died.
Karen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So, we'll see. I don't think it's going to go that far because he's always like, Miss Wu, no, you can't do drugs, all right? But Twitter seems to be confident beyond all reasonable doubt because of a conversation that Franco had with Sonny one time. Because people are obsessed with Roger Howarth and apparently have documented every moment of this man's career on the internet. So did you know that you can find every scene, every article, every interview that Roger Howarth has ever done since the beginning of his soap career out there online because his fan base is so strong that they just keep that stuff forever. Yes.
Huh.
Yeah, they keep that stuff for a really long time.
He's been part of daytime for a long time. He's been on ABC daytime for a long time.
He sure has.
Todd Manning for, gosh, how long was he Todd Manning?
I don't know. He was in Todd Manning in the 90s, wasn't he?
I don't really know. He's Todd Manning a long time.
I'm pretty sure it was, it had to have been the 90s, right? Because that's when all that soap stuff started. I mean, what really has anchored soaps since the 90s? There hasn't been any new character that's really like come out and really like, no. I mean, your top dogs are still Sonny and Carly and the Quartermains and this, that, and the other. I mean, Taggart, maybe? Taggart? I mean,
we saw Taggart this week, man.
We did see Taggart this week.
We saw Taggart this week. I loved it.
He looks good. Yeah. He looks good.
He looked great. He looked I thought that he looked healthier than the last time he was on screen.
Yeah. Whatever was keeping him off of whatever was keeping him off of our screen, off of GH for however long that was, seems to be behind him. It's just based off of just how you look on the camera at this moment in time. I don't know what's going on in that man's life. I know that he's a ball of positive energy and just always wants his champions to succeed. But when it comes down to it, I don't know what he goes through on his regular life.
No, but he looked fabulous. He looked fabulous.
Yeah.
I liked his scene with Porsha too, and that was the very first scene that we saw new Trina.
Yes, that was the first time we saw new Trina. So what's your gut wrench?
I thought she was good.
Yeah.
She hasn't had real meaty scenes yet.
No.
She hasn't, she had the scene with Joss, and which I was happy to see that they are not, it doesn't look like their friendship's going to be fractured.
Not right now. Hey, Irma.
No, it doesn't look like their friendship's going to be fractured, but she got to go down to the police station.
She does have to go to answer some questions because Esme did a little anonymous call. Oh, hello. I know who did this. I think it was Trina Robinson. I thought that the new Trina, how when new Jordan showed up, all right, I don't remember her name yet. Again, this is the 10th floor. We don't come to you with facts. We come to you with just talking. New Jordan, you could see her kind of figuring it out there on her first couple of days when it comes to how to pump this scene out, one take, on, off, and everything has to sound natural. It's hard, especially when some of the dialogue might not be the most interesting thing. I mean, acting through small talk is hard. Oh, how you been? Oh, my kidney's fine. How are you? Oh, you're about to move in with Porsha. Like, I can get how that's a little difficult. This Trina, though, Tabyana Ali. See, I even know her name because everybody's been so excited to see her. I really didn't get much of that. I'm figuring it out. This is my first day from her scene with Taggart and Porsha. I felt like she'd kind of stepped in and it was natural, like she had been living that life. And I guess that's a way I could put it. Once these actors start to live that life, they get so many episodes in and they're throughout the plot and they get a little more natural with it. And I thought Tabyana just hit it naturally right from the very beginning. Like, she is these people's daughter. Like, she is in the middle of this deep story. Like, she really has been friends with Jocelyn. So booty. Keep kicking booty.
Yeah, I thought she was good too. But we need to see some, a scene where she's a little more upset.
I can already tell that Tabyana's bringing a little more of a softer, maybe a little more sensitive take off of Trina than we were getting with Sydney Michaela. Not that, it's not like she had a cold heart or anything, but her exterior just seemed to be a little more rock solid than what we're getting with Tabyana, who just seems to be a little more emotional with it. I'm not sure exactly what the right word to use is.
Yeah, I don't. One thing I noticed about her, I think she looks a lot like the actress that plays Deja in This Is Us.
Oh, okay. I'm not familiar with the
She's like
character.
the oldest daughter in
Okay.
This Is Us, for Randall.
Uh-huh.
Um, they look very similar. I think they look similar.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, you know how they have Twitter Spaces now. I don't know if you're familiar with how they have Twitter Spaces, but some of our fans might be familiar with Twitter Spaces, and it's just basically vocal chat rooms that just anybody can really put up. And the more followers you have, and the more the algorithm likes you, then the more advertised for free this space is going to be. But people are constantly having these things, and Twitter's gotten in the habit now of, after the East Coast airing, all of these fans hop into a Twitter space and talk about it. Unfortunately, I'm not really able to join those for a couple of reasons. One, I'm still at work, and two, I'm on the West Coast and haven't even seen the dang episode yet.
Right.
So,
and we can't watch it at regular time either.
Right. So, I have to wait until prime time to even watch it over here. I don't have it until at least 5 o'clock in the afternoon. So it's hard for me to join those. It'd be super fun too, but I'm always behind and don't really have anything to contribute about that today because I haven't seen that today. But I did pop into one just randomly in the afternoon the other day, and so did Tabyana Ali. It was a couple of days before her debut.
Cool.
Yeah, and other people, Finola Hughes has popped into these things, and I there was another person I can't recall who did, but so every once in a while, a GH actor will see that it's going on, and they'll spend 5, 10, 15 minutes inside the chat room just talking to people, which is nice, and it's cool, it's fun for people.
Most of the time, you got, typically, if you get to talk to somebody, you
pay for it.
Pay for it. You got to do a Zoom thingy or got to pay for it typically. So I think it's awesome that they pop in there. They don't have to do that. That's just
right.
That's connecting with their fans. That's great.
Yeah, and it was really nice because you could tell just the energy that Tabyana Ali has about going into this job. She fully recognizes the immense work that she has in front of her when it comes to the iron is hot when it comes to Sprina. Spencer and Trina is big deal right now, and for Sydney Michaela to walk away during all of that can be disastrous to what they were trying to develop between these two characters. So the show was very considerate and very slow and thought very hard about who they were going to bring in to replace her. And she really is doing just as well. And she knows exactly what the job she has. She's so excited to be there and so proud, honestly, to step on that set every day. And that's what you want out of somebody, right? You don't want somebody going, I'm doing a soap, whatever. You want somebody that's like going, I'm doing General Hospital and I'm bringing something to Sprina. And that's how she seems to be approaching it. So that's great.
And I'm looking forward to the first scene where we get to see her with that nasty boy of hers.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Hey, Dolores, welcome to the show. She says she's a little uncertain about new Trina, but wants to give her a little more than 5 minutes. That's fair. I mean, she did come in and just establish, hi, I'm the new Trina. In that episode. So I mean she probably has some heavy stuff coming up with her coming up at the PCPD next week. And,
I would think so.
And on top of that, we got new Trina working with new Jordan. All right, so I don't know. It'll be fun to see new Jordan be a cop, cop her way through this thing, which seems to be the character motivation now that she's come back to town. Like she spent some time recovering from that kidney and went, boy, oh boy, did I make some poor choices with Cyrus Renault. I need to come back and cop the hell out of Port Charles.
Yeah, right? He does seem to be, when she showed back up, she does seem to be a little more of a hard shell, isn't she?
Yeah, absolutely.
Fewer smiles, more of a hard shell.
Yeah. It seems like she did a lot of soul searching while she was out there recovering from the kidney issue. And well, I mean, a couple of things. Like, she came back to town, and the first thing she was like, I'm not going to let you get away with anything anymore, Sonny. Like, you keep your nose clean, and maybe I won't come after you. And then of course Curtis comes up to her saying, "Hey, Jordan, you know how you like to play fast and loose with the rules, right? You know how you steal things for other people, right? Remember how I divorced you? Hey, I want you to do something for me. You know how I divorced you because you kind of do these things? You know how we just couldn't get with it because of your lies? Well, I need you to lie to everybody and grab this file for me. Is that okay?"
Yeah. What the heck? Now he went to Sonny and asked for Sonny to do it.
I don't know. This is a good idea. I mean, I played with father's past in the past, and the past should just stay in the past, you know?
Yeah, he's like, no, I don't think I want. I'm okay. So we saw by his face, really, Marshall recognized Sonny.
Yes.
He recognized him.
Yeah.
But they haven't really divulged. Does Sonny recognize him as well?
No, it doesn't seem like he does. Quick hello to Zamargda. Hello, Zamargda. No, it doesn't seem like Sonny necessarily recognizes Marshall, but you know, who knows what's gonna happen? I don't think Sonny necessarily knows who Marshall is, but I think Marshall definitely knows who Sonny is because he worked for somebody that is Sonny's rival. Or at least knew who Sonny Corinthos was, and Marshall understands the life. Maybe he doesn't have anything against Sonny directly, but he's like, hey, stay away from my family. Just, I don't want anything, I just don't want. Period.
Yeah.
Just stay away. But I'm surprised that Sonny didn't drop this bomb. So what are we going to do about Molly, huh? She's my niece. I'm supposed to stay away from her too?
Yeah. Maybe Marshall doesn't even know who she's his niece yet.
I would. I mean, maybe not, but I would think so. And I don't know. I mean, Sonny knows that Molly's his niece.
Yeah, but maybe Marshall don't know it yet.
Maybe. But he's like, stay away from my family, and he's like, how you gonna enforce that, huh? How you gonna enforce that on Sonny Corinthos, All right, we got the chat speaking against Jordan here. New Jordan was a little high and mighty with Curtis, forgetting all the laws broken to get her a kidney. Franco, Liz, Finn, they were all in cahoots. It's true. But did she have anything to do with that, though? Wasn't she passed out and dying? And then they stole it from Ryan Chamberlain? So, I mean, she didn't organize that. Didn't somebody else did, right? Am I remembering that wrong? She didn't organize that.
No, she didn't.
Did she?
I don't think so.
Who's gonna tell us we're right or wrong is the chat. Just give them a second, and they'll be like, "Oh my God, you don't remember anything." Okay, our chat doesn't do that. Our chat loves us.
Yes, our chat loves us, and yeah, but it's true. We don't remember anything, especially me.
Chandra, my goodness. Chandra says, well, she didn't give it back. Wouldn't that be something? Wouldn't that be a storyline? Like Jordan wakes up and realizes that she is the kidney of a serial killer. So she just jumps in an ice bag and cuts it out herself. Like, what? We need the EMT character to rush in. We don't have any EMT characters at the moment, just doctors to rush in and be like, oh my God. Yeah. Oh, goodness. See, look at this. See, we don't even need to host the show because the chat's just talking to each other at this point. Zamargda is defending New Jordan right now, saying, hey, Curtis was the one out of line. She only broke the rules because TJ's life was on the line. And that is true. You're going to break every rule in the world for your son who's kidnapped by a man with a Kentucky accent and click, click, tippity taps on his boots.
They never did address that.
Oh, that's because they dropped the storyline entirely. I think Marty was supposed to be helping Cyrus at some point, but then they decided to make him more sympathetic. You can't make Michael E. Knight the bad guy. Come on.
He probably would have liked to be a bad guy, though. I mean, as an actor.
I mean, maybe, but is the fans really going to take to it? I don't think so.
No, I don't really think so.
I don't think so. I mean, I want to support Michael E. Knight, It's just Tad Martin all the way. We're just Southern Tad Martin. I need myself some Southern Tad Martin. I just need to see him on the screen. Where has he been?
I know, they're not showing him.
Where is he? Are we having a delay when it comes to Cyrus's return? Because we need Cyrus back so we can get a little more Marty Gray.
I agree.
So whatever.
I
We
love
haven't
it.
seen
I
Jackie
love it when
Templeton in
the
forever
siblings.
either. Where's she?
I know that was dumb. That was. I don't know. Maybe something happened behind the scenes or something. Maybe something happened and they didn't get to go where it just doesn't make sense to have Kim Delaney, right? That's her
Yeah,
name?
yeah, I believe so. In Wapiti Blues, Kim Delaney returns to
Yeah.
daytime.
You know, it was a lot of hype for it too, and there was a lot of commercials for it and stuff.
There was.
And I just the storyline they gave her what kind of sucked, kind of.
There
And
wasn't a lot
and they
going on. So,
and then they brought in the husband.
yeah,
They brought in the husband, and which is another very recognizable actor.
and they're
And
both
they
gone.
didn't really do anything with him either.
No.
I think they should have saved him and brought him in. He would have been a good Jeff Weber.
Ooh, see, we got to cast Jeff Weber. All right, it's not going to be Trevor St. John. Trevor St. John doesn't even seem to be coming to the show anymore. You know, I mean, it's been
No,
so
it seemed
long.
like that was a false rumor, huh?
It seems like maybe there was talks, and then when the talks came out, both parties went, never mind. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe whatever. We don't.
People
see
like Trevor
behind
St. John. They say he's been prominent and successful in other ventures and areas of acting. I don't know. I haven't really been following the career.
Me either, and I haven't seen him in anything else.
No.
But I don't watch a lot of television anymore.
I mean, he seems kind of recognizable to me, but then also I know him as Todd from One Life to Live, because One Life to Live was one of the shows that you watched. So, yeah, I don't know. They should have made Kim a next life of Martin. Hey, Lissa. I mean, maybe. I really think that they might have had a different plan for Jackie Templeton, and then COVID hit. Because she kind of she came in just before the COVID break. And that's and they were doing the Holly stuff, and Ethan was there, and they kept on going to like Monte Carlo and this, that, or the other thing, and then Robert was like, oh, I need to get in touch with Luke. Like it seems like before COVID they were going somewhere when it came to bringing all these classic characters together for a big caper. And now we got the Victor Cassadine stuff going on where we're bringing all these classic characters together for a big caper. So I think that we might be getting what their original plan was 2 years ago, just with a different flavor. So I think that Kim Delaney might have been intended to play a part in that. Emma Samms was supposed to be back as Holly, and then they brought in Ethan. And are you really gonna bring in Ethan for 2 episodes and then say thanks for the cameo?
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. And oh man, I would love for them to bring Ethan back, and have him have a regular, because he was the most like Luke.
Yeah.
I really loved his character.
Yeah.
I was sad when they decided to have him move away.
Yeah.
That would be so good. He was Luke with an accent.
Do you find Curtis to be Luke-ish at all? Because Donnell Turner was very clear at the convention that his intention when he got this job was to be the Black Luke Spencer.
Yes, he did say that, didn't he?
Yeah.
No, I don't. No. Because even though Luke had a family, he wasn't much of a family guy, really. He was an adventure guy, and
I've got
and
kids,
he got bored easily,
but I'm going to go rob this bank instead.
Luke always up with shenanigans,
right?
And Luke would rank like a fish.
Okay. I mean, but he owned a bar, and he went on adventures, and he saved the life of people, and he used the gun.
Yes, he did. He was even the mayor. He was the mayor of Port Charles for a while. He was even the mayor.
Oh my God! I can only imagine how ridiculous that was. Because there was 2 things you can rely on Luke for. All right, one, adventures. 2, comedy. Not so much. I don't think that Anthony Geary necessarily brought it when it came to the actual real drama. But that's just me. All right, I didn't find him to be someone I was interested in watching pretend to be sad. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I used to love watching Luke with his interaction with Lulu. I always thought he was so wonderful with Lulu. I always called her Cupcake. I thought it was so cute.
His little nicknames for everybody was good. Like Cupcake, and then like Caroline for Carly, which is her real name, but
always called her a real name.
And it was like it started off as kind of like antagonistic, like Caroline, and then it ended with like it being more endearing, like Caroline. So That's an
Yes.
the Triple
But
L
they had
Diner. Dolores reminds us of the Triple L Diner. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Triple
Lots of
L
business
Diner, and he
adventures. Lots of business ventures out there for
yes,
one
he
Mr.
did
Luke
have a
Spencer.
lot of business adventures. He did. He had a couple of restaurants. He had bar 2 or 3 times. Yeah.
Yeah.
Had a speakeasy.
Yeah. just the basement bar underneath everything.
Mm-hmm.
I guess Anna was her nickname for Anna was Slim. That's a lot better than the Scarecrow. So
Yeah, he called her. Yes, he called her Slim. Yes, he did, and he always called Alexis Natasha.
What is it with him and these full names? Did
He
he
always
call
called her.
Bobby Barbara Jean or whatever her real name is?
Yes, he called her
See,
Barbara Jean most of the time.
see, look at that.
He
Yeah.
He did.
And Leslie Lou. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm stretching now. He hasn't even. You know what? It doesn't matter. Luke's dead, right? Luke is totally dead. They're not going to find him actually alive in some basement on Crete, are they?
I hope they do. Come on, you can't kill iconic Luke.
You can't kill Luke.
Off
No,
camera.
they're not
That's
going
dumb.
to. Not unless Anthony Geary has left us. No, I don't think that Luke is actually dead. They'll find a way that he's alive. Will Tony Geary show up? I don't know. They could just show the back of his head and be like, "We saved him." I really don't know.
Well, I'm sure when they had him do that little cameo,
Yeah.
I'm sure. I don't think he came to California for that.
Oh no, I doubt it. I doubt it. And with modern technology, you can film something on your cell phone in Amsterdam and just send it digitally over. I don't know. If they can do it, that would be really cool. I'll just say that'd be really cool to get Tony Geary on there for an episode or two, just like they had Ethan. We can do it. We can do it. Might as well. I mean, if they can. I don't know what he's interested in. And then the chat, it's gone way by, minutes ago, and it's not even on my screen anymore. But when we were talking about Jeff Weber, there was some hope that Richard Dean Anderson might be able to come back to play that role. Here's the thing about that, though. Richard Dean Anderson is very old now. And I'm not saying, oh man, he's 70 and therefore he's old. No, but I mean Richard Dean Anderson is an old man now.
He looks like an old man.
In which his brain is not as sharp as it used to be. I don't think he can act anymore. Even you can, because I'm a big RDA fan. Okay, I watched him on Stargate SG-1 for 10 years, and that was one of my favorite shows of all time. So I know Richard Dean Anderson very well. He's super great, super awesome. And then the guy that played Neil was on the Stargate spinoff, and so it's cool for me sometimes to see these people. Mm-hmm. But Richard Dean Anderson is very difficult to have an interview with now because his eyes get lost in the lights. It's just.
Does he have dementia?
It seems like I can't sit here and say that he has it, but it does not seem like Richard Dean Anderson is in the right state of mind anymore to bring everything that he could to a role.
No, and he can't. Certainly not General Hospital, where you got to be one and done, done.
Right. I'm not saying that he couldn't do it. I'm just saying that it might be too challenging for him to do it in his current state.
And also. He doesn't appear to be acting anymore either.
I don't think so. I think he has officially retired from it.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. So I think the likelihood of it being Richard Dean Anderson is slim.
I would say it's slim.
Man, the guy that played Greg, I forget his name now. He would have been perfect.
His name was Chase. Chase. His real last name is Chase, right? No, his first name was Chase. I don't know. It was something Gregory Chase. I think. No, gosh, that's his character name. And then and the actor was Harrison. Something.
Yeah. Weird like that,
it was too close to what his family character's name was. Scott Bakula should be Jeff Weber. I think Scott Bakula is actually going to be working on the Quantum Leap reboot that's coming out, and also I think he's on NCIS in New Orleans. I'm not sure if Scott Bakula has time.
Scott Bakula would be a good fit.
He absolutely would be.
They need an older gentleman that's good looking. Most soap stars are good
I
looking.
don't know. Maybe they'll go somewhere else. Because I was talking on Twitter about how maybe, if Trevor St. John were to play Jeff Weber, maybe he took some sort of anti-psoras serum, something that works psoras in reverse, where you don't age quickly, you get younger as the time goes by,
Maybe that sounds like an asinine thing. That sounds like
Oh
a
gosh, that'd be
asinine
wild. See,
thing.
Scott. All right, chat. Sorry, chat. Scott Bakula, I guess NCIS New Orleans has been canceled. Scott Bakula will be working on the Quantum Leap reboot, though. I follow Scott Bakula as well because he too was on Star Trek, and when you're on Star Trek, I'm always gonna remember you.
But the gentleman that was on Quantum Leap with him, that gentleman has passed away.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. Al. Yeah.
Not that long ago, really. But
this year, last year, something like that. Yeah, the Benjamin Button disease needs to spread through Port Charles. That would be funny.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh gosh, Jimmy Smits. Jimmy Smits is I don't know, man. That would be an interesting get. That would probably be one of the biggest gets that they can get is Jimmy Smits. Jimmy Smits comes to daytime. What you do is just grab what's Dennis Franz up to? Just grab everybody from NYPD Blue.
Pretty enough to be a folk star.
Oh my gosh, we've got such nerdy fans in the chat room. I love it. They're just talking about Quantum Leap now. Oh my goodness gracious. Oh man, what's going on? We're talking about General Hospital, right? What else happened? Marshall's taking medication, Ma. And it's not for his heart.
No. I saw your tweet.
I looked up the tweet, and then also Lovelissa, thank you, Lovelissa, provided us more detail as to what this medication is, and it is an antipsychotic, mother. This thing works against schizophrenia. This thing will work on bipolar. This thing will work on other stuff that I can't recall at the moment because I'm not a doctor.
Well, and I bet you, since Sonny picked up that bottle.
Oh, he knows.
Look at it.
He went, ooh, something I can use against this guy. What are you doing, Marshall? You crazy? So what do you think? Do you think that he is a like he is schizophrenic, like he sees things that aren't there? Or do you think that he's bipolar like Sonny?
I think he's bipolar like Sonny.
I think he's bipolar like Sonny as well. Because what do we get? So we over the last couple of weeks we have gotten the thank you very much for pausing it 5 times, Lissa, for us. I do appreciate that. Because over the last couple of weeks, we have gotten Sonny as bipolar, like he was off his meds and he was drinking with his meds. And you can see just how, if it wasn't for this life-changing medication that Sonny Corinthos is on, how challenging his life would be and how quick he would be to make a decision, right, wrong, good, bad. Give me a club. Just for the night. Give me a club. Or sleeping with Nina. Like all of these things, you're making a choice in the moment without really thinking about the greater consequence just based on the mood that you're in at the moment. Cool. So since we saw that going on, and then we rewind a couple of months to, say, Marshall beating the tar out of Joey Novak outside of the Savoy, right?
Yeah.
Maybe bipolar.
I would have loved it. You know me. I like to see people hit each other.
I know you wanted to see that. Let's just bring Joey Novak back so we can film that and do a flashback to Marshall just.
Yeah, because I would have loved this scene, him do something.
Yeah.
I just wish it wasn't off the screen.
Lovelissa suggests that he left the family so he wouldn't hurt them with his manic episodes. Possibly. I think that's a possibility. I think more likely, though, is he got too deep in with whatever criminal organization he was starting to get with. At first I thought maybe he was a boxer. I thought that would have been an interesting way to go, but they went the musician route. So I don't really know how that might necessarily tie or not tie when it comes to crime, drugs, maybe drug running in some way. I don't know. There's still no detail when it comes to that.
And it's not anything positive because he certainly doesn't want anybody to know about it.
Right. Because whatever he did, he feels guilty about. He wants to be done with and go back to whatever life he had before all of that stuff started. That's the feeling that I get from it. But I watch the show and I think about it. I don't just take what happens and then immediately go to Twitter to be like, well, this was stupid. I try to think about it. Like, why is this happening? What is this leading to? And what am I learning about this character through these actions now? Sure, yeah, Marshall had the same conversation with Curtis about 40,000 times, but Marshall was trying to get Curtis to stop asking these questions, so he always gave the same answer. I think it's logical. Yeah. I think it makes sense. And now we've learned more, and he's trying, and he's loosened up his guard a little bit, and he let Drew do that background check. He wouldn't have done that a couple of months ago. Like, progress.
No,
it's moving on.
No, he has. He's little less secretive, but he still don't want people questioning him.
No,
he would just rather just stay out of my lane, leave me alone. Yeah. But of course, he does want to have a relationship with Curtis, though.
He does.
He wants to have a relationship with TJ too.
I think that Marshall has been more honest than dishonest so far. That's just how I feel about it. And I'm mighty interested in Marshall Ashford. I couldn't tell you specifically why I am, but I'm interested. I want to know. And I'm excited for how this is all going to shake out, because Sonny Corinthos, Maurice Bernard promised the mob war's coming to Port Charles, just like the 90s. And then, you have Miss Wu on there going like, there was 5 families, but now there's only 2, Sonny. Yeah,
there is going to be a mob war.
There's going to be a mob war.
Marshall might have a past. He might have something to do with the Smith family, because it was so weird that Jennifer Smith showed up for that one episode.
Yeah.
So maybe there's a tie with the Smiths.
Maybe. So the Victor thing is really heating up. At the same time, this mob thing is really heating up. And I don't know, do you think we're going to get like 2 iron hot stories being told at the same time, or are they going to start blending in some way? Is this going to be one of those like show arcing plots, where every character is involved? Like, okay, so this new dude
have a wide umbrella over it?
Super wide umbrella, more so than just here's what the Cassidines are up to, here's what the Corinthoses are up to, but like here's what everybody in Port Charles, like when the earthquake, the fracking earthquake thing, everybody got caught in that, that kind of thing.
Yep.
The Metrocourt explosion, everybody got caught in that.
Yes.
I'm desperate and dying for a good old building collapse. So maybe the offices at the Metrocourt can collapse. Like, come on, Stuart and Marion falling in love under the rubble of the Chandler Mansion. Come on, that's so good. That's good soap stuff.
I have good soap stuff.
So we need some of that. We need Sprina getting caught underneath some rubble so they can have that conversation that just won't get interrupted. Like that's what I want. That's just what I want. Can I have it?
That would be good.
Make it happen.
You know what I want? This is what I want.
I'm ready.
I want the crying woman.
Yeah.
From Crete.
Yeah.
I want the crying woman to be Alexis's mother. She was not killed. She's been held captive by the Cassidines all this time.
But why?
I don't know. Why does Victor do the things he does?
And for what purpose? What is she going to do, this Natasha Senior? I don't remember Alexis's mom's name. It's like Edna.
I don't either. I don't remember her name either.
Hey,
but she was never alive on the show.
Oh yeah, well, I don't know. Alexis is busy, like inviting Harmony to come live with her in the cabin. Okay, folks, Christina and TJ do not live there anymore. All right, Twitter was like, "What's she doing?" Like, they don't live there anymore. When Alexis got out of prison, everybody that was living in her house moved out. I don't know why everybody moved in her house for them to never show it, but they did.
Yeah, that's true, huh? They made a point to let everybody know they were all living there, but then they didn't actually do any scenes in it, really.
No, not at all. I thought this was going to be like the real world Davis family, but it's just not what they did.
I thought when they made a point of telling us that they were all going to go move into her house, that there was going to be some kind of, story.
Yeah.
What's the point of telling us if there ain't going to be a story?
Well, I feel like I feel like this show gives us their best intentions, but it just doesn't always follow through.
Right.
Right. Well, I mean, I guess chat seems to be kind of excited over the possibility of Alexis's mom showing up in some way. So maybe there's just elements of knowing Alexis's mother that I can't relate to because I'm not as, I haven't been watching her for 20 years.
Yeah.
Maybe
just be interesting. They need to tell us who was crying in there.
if they can commit to a character, because it could be anybody from Holly to Hayden to Alexis's mom to Georgie. I don't know.
Holly and Hayden are more of the obvious ones that should be, to me.
Yeah.
That would be the more of the obvious. But I did see a picture on Twitter recently of Rebecca Budding.
Yeah.
With little Violet.
Oh, just hanging out?
Just hanging out.
Mm-hmm.
And you really couldn't see the surroundings in the photo to kind of make a guess of where they were. So I don't know that they were at the studio. You really couldn't tell. Mm-hmm. But you could tell that it was somewhat of a newer photo because Violet's, and I don't remember that little girl's name.
Scarlet.
Violet's, her two front teeth were just coming at through the skin, and that's last time we saw Violet, she didn't have any front teeth. Last time we saw her on screen. So it's fairly new photo of them because you can see her little front teeth are just broken through the skin.
Maybe. I mean, do you keep the kid off of TV when they're missing their two front teeth like that, or is it too adorable to mess up? I can't. I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know. I'd rather it be Christina Cassadine who was the crying woman. I guess that's Alexis' sister.
That's a good one too.
See, people just want Alexis to have more family.
Mm-hmm. That would be her sister.
Right.
Her little sister. That's who she named Christina after.
And then Helena killed her, right?
I think so, yeah.
I mean, Helena will kill her own kids, so it's fine.
Oh, yeah. Helena killed her daughter, too. Her own daughter. That was a weird storyline. She was hiding in the mansion when nobody was living in it. She was hiding on Spoon Island when nobody was living there.
And then Helena strangled her. I don't know. I made that up. I don't know if she strangled her or not.
Picture of Laura up for a long time, and it was odd. But she killed her. Helena killed her own daughter.
Yeah.
Well,
now Helena's dead.
Do anything.
Well, Helena's dead now. Wow. What? You don't believe Helena's dead, huh?
No.
Not until Constance Towers leaves us.
Not, and Constance Towers is
she in her 80s, right?
90, I think.
90s? Oh my God.
Yeah, she's a little up there.
Just a little frail old woman. It's just making videos now. I'm gonna get the last laugh, Luke. Oh man. You know who I'm really happy with what's going on in GH recently. I'm very happy. I'm excited with what's been going on. I've been really interested in all of this stuff developing. Helena was not Christina's mother. We know that. And she was killed in an explosion at Sonny's warehouse. Luis Alcazar did it.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. I don't know nothing. All right, I wasn't watching at the time. You know who I know who the only reason I know who Alcazar is because he used to be on Charmed. Look at that.
Yeah.
I miss those years. I know that Carly and Alcazar fell in love or something, and then there was the Zakaras that came through, and Claudia was in my Who's Your Guardian Angel game. If you guys haven't played that, go to the Twitter. Constance has said that she'd come back. Of course she would. Who wouldn't want to come back and play Helena Cassadine a little bit?
Yeah. I would love it.
Oh man, it would be great.
Those Cassadines, they never really die. They just put into some kind of frozen pod or some crap.
Robin's keeping her alive somehow in Berkeley. It's what's going on. It's going to be Robin's fault again. Yeah, I don't know what's going on, but Victor seems to want the Cassadine family together for whatever's happening. And then there's the cause. I'm going to die for the cause. It's like, what is he? Is he some sort of new Shiloh?
It seems like it, huh?
You know, like
It's because of the fact that they called it the cause.
the
That sort of
cause.
makes it sense.
Right, you know,
That's what
like
it
he's
seems
running a
like.
movement in some way.
He's running some kind of something.
You know, and then
Yeah.
like I don't know, does he see himself as like Che Guevara or something? You know, he's gonna bring freedom to the Americans. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with that.
I don't know, but he's got some kind of sinister plan that we don't know about yet.
Luis was Lorenzo Alcazar's twin. Factoid for everybody there. Was it played by the same dude?
Yeah.
Probably. That's how they do twins. That's how you do good twins, at least, right? Played by the same dude. So yeah, Victor's like, I mean, I want to bring the family together, but there's a couple of people that just won't do it. So you know, I don't know if is he gonna like try to kill some people? Like I don't know what's gonna go on there with the Alexis and Valentine don't seem to want to join us. So yeah.
Well, yeah, and did he not invite any of the girls? You know, they're all Cassadines too.
I know, and he specifically mentioned
Molly.
Molly.
All three of the girls.
Yeah. Sam.
He didn't invite them either.
Because he only said Alexis and Valentine don't want to join the family, but everyone else we got to try. And then okay, well here's the thing too on that call sheet with that new dude. All right, the new hottie, the new hot like Filipino guy that they hired for the show. You know, I don't know who he's playing, but somebody found the call sheet, I guess on their tour. I don't know. But they found the call sheet for the actors and the days that they're going to be on and stuff. And this dude is going to be on with gunman number 3 and TJ and Dante. So he's probably a criminal, and he's probably going to get in some sort of gunfight, and he's probably going to get hurt. Probably.
I want to get my phone because I want to show everybody the Easter egg I found.
Oh yeah. You gotta find that. You gotta find that picture.
Yeah, let me find that picture real fast, and I'll ask the chat what they think. Do they think that's what it is? Because that's what I recognized right away. But we'll see.
Right. Thank you very much, Debbie, for your love. I try very hard when it comes to some of these impressions and impersonations. I gotta raise it a little higher. All right, quick topic change, folks. Take a look at your screens right there. There is a picture of a device on my mother's phone. If you can tell us what this device is, you will win bragging rights because we don't have a prize.
Okay, this was not on a set, you guys. It was just kind of amongst some junk. As soon as we walked in, there was a coffee pot, a big coffee pot beside it, you know, for coffee and whatnot. And it was just as you walked into the studio, like I said, it looked like junk. And MK didn't point it out. Nobody pointed it out. But I recognized it. Is that not what Luke typed Ice Princess into?
Yeah, at the end of the Ice Princess, we're gonna freeze the city storyline. He's running around the consoles with Mikos. They're like, I'm gonna stop you, Mikos. No, don't do it. I mean, it was total cheesy 1980 baloney. But then he finally is able to do it, and he puts in Ice Princess. Love Lissa got it. Hey.
So you recognize it too?
Yeah.
Because like I said, it was right there as we walked in, but no one pointed it out.
Irma is at the freezing machine. Yeah.
Yes. It was so odd.
See, you're not crazy, Ma.
I'm not crazy.
You're not crazy after all. Chandra says, it does look like that. Now she wants a 10th floor mug. I guess that's a prize. Maybe we can do another drawing at some point. I don't know. But we were talking about the tour because somebody got the call sheet and this new dude's on there with the gunman and with Dante and with TJ, which I love the idea because I wanted some sort of disaster to happen so we can have all the doctors doctoring, you know. Like, that would be fun, right? Because right now the doctors come in and they're like, oh, I'm sorry, you have a boo-boo. Oh, I don't have any candy. Like, it's not doctoring. We haven't had doctoring in a minute. And I just thought, like, a bunch of people getting shot, some sort of big triage thing needing to happen. And we got Porsha and TJ and Root and Randolph and all of them there just trying to save as many lives as possible in a tense situation. I thought would be a lot of fun. And so if that's the direction we're going in, I am for it. And I'm loving the fact that TJ's name is on there because I think TJ needs more focus.
I think so too.
Lissa, it's nice to see a company upcycling. Honestly, Lissa, this Ice Princess thing looks like just a really old piece of lighting equipment that they have never updated. It's like they took their lighting board and filmed around it and then put it back in the spot where it belongs.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
But
and then it was at the very end of the tour.
Yeah.
So they were really trying to usher us out of there because the next group was being held for us our group to leave. So they were really trying to speed us along, and I noticed it right as I was leaving, so I didn't have an opportunity to ask, "Hey, is that what this is?"
Yeah.
I said, "Gosh darn it, I found an Easter egg."
You did, Mother. Congratulations.
Yeah.
I'm really proud of you. Like, really, I am. I'm incredibly proud of you.
And then the other folks around me said, "Yeah, that's what it is. It looks the same."
All right. Yeah. We need Ryan Carnes back as Lucas, says Debbie Lothar. Hey, Debbie, I don't know if this is fact or fiction, but Ryan Carnes got in some trouble from being like a crazy Trumper. So I don't know if they want him back. But then again, I could just be spreading rumors, so maybe look it up. I don't know.
Crazy what?
A Trumper. Like MAGA.
Oh, a Trump. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I think he might have opinioned himself out of the cast, which is why they switched the actors. But I don't know. But anyway, I want to continue to talk about the potential for a big gang mobster shootout that's happening, and I don't know, because Ms. Wu has been positioning the Corinthos family to collapse underneath the might of the Wu crime family since Carly walked into the Five Family meetings when Sonny was dead. You know. It's like,
when she walked into the Five Families meetings in that white dress, being a badass.
Yeah, and then Cyrus was all like, "You can't have a seat at this table," and then Ms. Wu was like, "I don't see why she couldn't." And then and then they blew up Cyrus's shipment, and then he couldn't become a member of the Five Family, and we all know how that ended. So I don't. I mean, we're gonna see what happens with that. Because I really think that she's been like giving him this.
Come back and be part of all that.
I know, but like, I want him to be overly religious, overly fixed, overly reformed Cyrus Renaud. You know.
You think so?
That's what I want. I want him to be like the opposite spectrum of what he came before, because he was trying to manipulate everybody into doing his bidding and this, that, and the other thing. And I love my mother so much, and you have to support me because of my mommy and blah blah blah. But I just wanted to come back and be like, "The light and the Lord are your shepherd. Just follow me to the promised land, my children." Like. That's what I want.
Like a Shiloh.
It's like a Shiloh, but like not such a shyster, you know?
So you want him to be like really reformed, or you just want him to be under a new muse of how to be deceitful?
Right. You know, and eventually we'll find out that he's just being a shady evangelical, you know? Yeah. Like a televangelist.
Yeah, he's being like a tent revival dude.
Yeah. That's what I want to see. You know, maybe after the Metro Court office collapse and he has to save somebody or something, you know, like a hand reaches into the rubble and out comes TJ. I don't know, you know, or.
This is changing the subject. Well, why don't Carly kick that Nina out of that building now?
Olivia told her that would just be petty.
Well,
Olivia was like, she pays her rent on time. Everything's cool. She's a good tenant. You're just throwing her out to be petty. Why don't you just take her money instead? I think was like what it was. And Carly's like, you know what? I think I will just continue to take her money.
I would think though. Oh, and what did you think, Matt? What did you think? I gotta plug this back in. Matt, what did you think about? I thought this was very lovely done, but I'm not a Nina fan. But I thought the whole with the song, and we danced to this before.
So cute, wasn't it?
It was cute. The Nixon Falls, and this was. It did seem like Nixon Falls in Charlie's.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It was the same time. And I saw the first time I saw where Sonny and Nina are still in love, and they really showed us not just her being scared or it was lovely. It was. And I liked the way they went back and forth to Nixon Falls. And then, I thought it was good.
Yeah, because it's tough. All right. So if you look at Sonny Corinthos as only Sonny Corinthos, then this story makes absolutely no sense. How did you possibly even fall in love with somebody else? How? Carly is the woman of your life and your dreams. You've been married 5 times and you always go back to her. Why would you even consider another person? But he ain't Sonny Corinthos. Sonny Corinthos died on that bridge. Who he is now is not Sonny Corinthos. He's Smike Corinthos, As much as he wants to be Sonny, as much as he runs around going, I want my family back, I want my life back, he didn't really. Because if he did, he would have dumped Nina cold.
That's true.
So.
And he would have been pissed at her. Like everybody else was.
Yeah. He would have been mad at her. And I mean, he was to a degree, but also wasn't. I don't feel like a victim because you fell in love with her. And seeing moments together like Sonny and Nina dancing at Charlie's to the song and taking us back to Nixon Falls did exactly what it was supposed to do, especially when it came to you, reminding us that these two people are genuinely in love with each other in a softer way than Sonny is in love with Carly. Sonny and Carly are in love with each other through their conflict, through their anger, through their fights. They have that fiery passion for one another, but they don't have a lot of sensitivity for one another. If they did, then Carly would have given Sonny room to figure out what his life is again. She didn't give him room to figure out what his life is. Just like Sonny was like, stop paying attention to this. This is fine. Don't worry about it. Like that was the wrong direction as well. But neither one of them gave each other what they needed.
Right. That's true. That's true.
I mean, ultimately, Sonny and Carly will be back together when it's time for these two actors to ride off into the sunset and not be on the show anymore, or however it goes. Of course, they're still going to be together. Just like when Jeannie Francis finally hangs him up when she's 87 years old. You know who's going to wheel out in a wheelchair to take her into the sunset? Luke.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's how I feel. That's just how I feel about it,
But I just thought it was lovely. I thought it was well done.
Yeah.
And it almost made me want to cheer for them a second. I guess that's the point, right?
Yeah.
It almost. Yeah. It almost did.
Yeah. Let's go through this chat here. Let's see what else the chat wants to talk about. Jeff Coper can pull it off. He could be reformed with a twist. Yes, he can. Thank you very much, Chandra, for agreeing. Metrocord has already been blown up. They don't need to do it again. I'm not saying they need to blow it up. I'm saying faulty building construction and just the offices collapse. The rooms are fine. The bar is fine. It's just the offices, I mean, just spitballing here. And it's been 20 years. It's been a long time since they blew up the metro. Maybe not 20 years, maybe 15, but it's been a long time since they've blown up the metro.
The only thing that they cannot blow up. I won't have it. Exactly. Yeah. Kelly's cannot go anywhere. Yeah. Kelly's got to stay Kelly's. It's got to be that hideous green. All of it. I love Kelly.
What's up with Esme wanting to live with Nicholas? Esme wants to sleep with Nicholas so she can get pregnant. For real.
For real.
That's how I feel. I think that she's going to wind up with Nicholas's baby if they go the baby storyline at all. It seems as though from the convention, though, that the actors are kind of like, we can give babies a rest, but they're not writing the show, so we'll see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I think Esme is just trying to corner Nicholas into making a one-time mistake and using that as her next round of ammunition.
And she ain't above drugging anybody.
She's not above drugging anybody, and relax everybody. That storyline's about to come out into light because you know what, Ma? You know what You know what's going to happen once Ava gets a hold of this information as to what's been going on in Trina's life? Because Ava doesn't have this information yet.
No.
Ava is going to mama bear the hell out of this situation because Trina is her replacement daughter. It's a replacement Kiki.
Yeah, Trina is her Kiki.
Yeah.
She loves her.
Yes, very much so. Loves her like a daughter. So once she finds out, because what is Ava also? A raging alcoholic. She knows how alcohol responds to somebody's body. And once she hears one hot toddy made you need to go pass out, she's going to go, oh no, girlfriend. We have to look into this.
I no, maybe they didn't do the dishes, and there's a little bit left in that mug
I've
up
got
there.
the drug cup. I've got the pledges. We're gonna take 'em down.
Yeah, maybe maybe that
Little residue on the hot toddy
a little
glass.
residue, exactly, something.
Uh,
Because they should be going back over there anyway. Because I mean, we all know PCPD, they're terrible.
yeah.
But they should be going to that house and trying to figure it out.
I mean, yeah, I guess eventually once they decide who the lead detective is going to be, because Dante's too close to it.
Yeah.
Sonny Nina scenes were lame, says Daisy. Oh my gosh, Daisy. Are you trying to start a fight on the 10th floor? We don't need that. Security's down on the 7th. Let's see. It would be a real reason to adopt him or your own brother, keep him safe but close. I'm not sure what that's in reference to. What else is here? Sonny cheats. We just don't like that it's Nina. He should have banged. He should have banged pretty much anyone else. I don't understand the Nina hate, but I've always been a Nina fan. Like really, Ma, you know. And anybody that's been listening to the podcast for 2 years know that I've been invested in Nina for a long time, even when Michelle Stafford was playing her.
Well, sure, when Michelle played her too. Absolutely.
I've always found Nina interesting and fun, and I enjoyed her stuff with Valentine, and I mean, as much as it's weird, but I kind of enjoyed her stuff with Jax, but mostly just because I like Nina.
I think she's about to get a Snow White daughter.
She's about to get a Snow White daughter, and that's going to be really fun. I theorized on Twitter that, people have either remember or have forgotten entirely that Willow recognized the necklace one time.
I remember that.
Just one time. Yes.
And she didn't say anything. It was just expression.
Yeah, it was just, oh, I'm sorry. I just thought I recognized the necklace. I'm here for blah, 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 blah. Like, it was just a throwaway moment to plant that seed in the audience's mind. Yep. And whether or not it was supposed to be a red herring at the time, trying to get you off the scent of Nell, I couldn't say. I'm going to say, though, that it was a seed planting. And the half-heart necklace isn't half of Nina's heart. And the other half belongs to her baby. But her heart is in two, split across 2 children. That's how I feel. I think Willow's got a necklace. She just wrote it off as coincidence because there was nothing in her mind to ever make her think that her mother isn't her mother.
Right.
That's how I feel. So we're going to see what happens, right?
And may find out, Willow passed out. So I think that perhaps she's going to have a medical need, and that's how we're going to find out. She's going to find out that Harmony is indeed on her mom.
Yeah, she passed out. She's like, oh, I need a marrow transfusion. Help me, Mom. And she's like, I'm not really your mother. Lorraine Miller.
Yes.
And they work together at, what did I say? I said they worked together at the clinic where Nina was all combed out, and guess what? They worked at the clinic where Nina was all combed out, which means Phyllis got one baby, Harmony got the other. Phyllis delivered her baby as she was supposed to Frank Benson. Harmony did not. Harmony took that baby and left.
Yeah, and stole it.
Stole the baby.
And didn't Harmony say that her and her husband, they used to move around a lot? Yeah. Even before they became Donna Day?
Always there, always here, this, that, or the other thing. Yeah. She probably left that and then went to the commune to go hide out. So that's how I think. That's how I think. PCPD has a new Jordan, so have faith, Ma. Have faith. PCPD might be getting a little better now that Jordan, she's on the job now.
Well, it could be. It could be. But, Jordan. Well, they're going to give Jordan some story, and she's going to make some foolish choice.
Yes. Here's a fun fan theory, Ma, from Lovelissa. They referenced an adoption for Brad, I guess. I don't remember them referencing a Brad adoption, but apparently it happened. And she believes that Brad is indeed actually the child of Ms. Wu and a Smith. Making Brad one of the most prominent mob family members in the history of General Hospital. It's clear that Ms. Wu has a plan for Brad. Clearly. And it does not include working in the lab or explaining results to patients or whatever it is that Britt was trying to give him.
Well, she told him that Brad already has a job.
Yeah.
That's what she said. He already has a job. He won't be taking the job because he already has a job.
Yeah.
Boy, oh boy. She just, well, she's pretty scary, and I think Brad don't have a choice pretty much. Because
Oh
I think
no.
she's right up there with the Cassadine. She'd kill her family if he got in the way. She didn't want him nothing to do with him until
Until she wanted
she
something to
did.
do with him.
Yeah, he wanted nothing to do with him before he went to jail and all that stuff. She never met Wiley. She didn't care.
No, not at all. Not at all. I have no idea what the plan of Ms. Wu is. I don't know what it is. I mean, become the dominant mobster in some way is the plan. How she's going to make that happen, it's going to start with a gambling room inside the Savoy ran by Brad. But why? How? What's going to happen? I don't know. And why Brad, of all people? He's kind of a bad criminal. He always gets caught.
Yeah, but he's scared to death of her.
He sure is. What
He's scared to death of her.
Maybe I should just want him to go just do some cards. Yeah. Brad a mobster, and yeah, maybe he broke into Three Bears' house. I mean, yeah, he'll be a mob. I mean, not a good one, but he's gonna be involved in some way.
Yeah. I'm just happy for Perry Shin that he got his job back.
He's getting a cousin or something if this new actor is going to be a Wu.
I like it. I love it.
Yeah. I'm with it. I don't know. I'm not against it. Is really what it comes down to. I'm with it, and I'm not against it. It's the truth. It's the truth. Especially if we're going to be casting people as handsome as this new fella.
They keep on adding characters, though. I think the cast is a little fat.
Well, that means it's time for another explosion. They only shaved 3 characters off of the floating rib explosion.
Yeah.
Yeah, just Dustin, Lulu, and Dev.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna go get some milk. Whatever. It's a bummer. Oh gosh, Brad is scared of everyone. He sure is afraid of everyone.
That's true.
Yeah, he's even afraid of Felix. You know.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. Oh my goodness gracious.
You know what I didn't like, and you and I were excited about this because they dropped this like it was nothing too. I wanted them to give Terry a boyfriend, and I wanted them to give her some more story when they made her, when they gave her that job, and she's co-head of staff.
Yeah, co-chief of staff.
Yeah. Her and I was thinking that they were going to give her more story, and then they had her go on a date.
They haven't dedicated the time to it yet. I don't think it's necessarily been forgotten. She did sign a contract, so that means we are guaranteed a certain number of days when it comes to Terry. We haven't gotten a lot of them recently, but if you take a look at Taj Bello, who plays TJ, he signed a contract at around about the same time. Didn't see a whole lot of him. And then last week, what did we get? We got like 4 episodes with TJ in it.
Yeah.
And then it seems like things, it's progressing. He's getting more deep into the Marshall storyline. He's getting more deep into doctoring at General Hospital because he is their family practitioner right now. He's their general medicine guy. Everybody else is a specialist.
Yep.
Finn's a specialist. Portia's a specialist, right? Isn't Porsha a specialist, or is she also general? I don't know. Whatever. You guys tell me in the chat.
Well, I remember. Isn't that what the business card said?
Oh, I didn't take a close look at the business card. I just got your picture of it. I didn't even realize they were there. I was too busy taking in the elevator in the room and this, that, or the other thing, blah, blah, blah. And having too much fun on the Savoy set. That set was a lot of fun. Too much fun. I felt like I was at a real bar. Did you know this because you were there, but the people might not know that Donnell Turner actually was someone that was consulted for the design of the Savoy set. They said, if Curtis was putting together a club, what would it look like? What do you think it would look like? And then his contribution was lighting. Lighting has to be flattering on every skin tone. No whites, no yellows. Like the light has, and that's when they went with like the purplish theme for the whole thing.
Blue, like periwinkle kind of color.
Yeah.
That set was awesome. It was cool.
TJ needs a new love interest. He's been with Molly for too long. It's stale. I disagree. I think that TJ and Molly have been together for a very long time, yes, but we also haven't seen them together for it to actually be stale.
Well,
yeah.
No, because most of their relationships been off screen. But if they're going to give a lot more story to TJ and give him more time, him and Molly will break up because it's a soap opera.
Unless they want more Molly as well. See, it depends, because they didn't want to bring Ellie back with Spinelli, so they cut Ellie. We never even saw her on screen, and then they got a divorce, you know?
Yep.
So it depends on if they're going to be giving a focus to just TJ or if Molly's going to be coming along with the ride. It's not like Molly's a bad actress and not like Haley Poulos is unwelcome on our show. So let's have them both. And what Taj Bello said when I asked him, would you rather TJ stay with Molly or play the field some? He said he'd rather stay with Molly and see what a soap opera couldn't do with a committed, mature relationship, which is something that soaps don't really spend any time with because they prefer their couples fighting rather than working together to face a problem that is facing them both. Now, I mean, maybe it would be boring as hell, but potentially this is a chance to experiment some with the Cassadines, with Marshall, with the mob, pressing against Molly and TJ. How do they together work to solve this problem? Might be interesting.
It might be.
How come Anna and Felicia can run around solving a problem, but TJ and Molly can't?
Well, yeah, but seeing some young people on an adventure would be cool.
Yeah. I want to see, like adventures, all of that, and then also when it comes to things that I also want to see is the continuing of Elizabeth's story, which we didn't get any details really of this week. I think the whole grandfather chat was last week, so
Esme-ish.
It's very Esme heavy. Yeah, Esme Marshall, very Esme heavy.
Didn't you love it when Josh said that Esme was Nell 2.0?
Yeah, that was good.
I loved it.
Reflecting what people on Twitter have to say, General Hospital listens a lot more than you guys give them credit for. Because they're calling Esme is pretty much Nell. We just had Nell. Yeah, we got Nell 2.0. How do you feel about that, huh? How do you feel about that?
He is as awful as Nell and probably crazier.
But yeah, we didn't get any.
I didn't think Nell was all that crazy.
She was conniving. She was evil. She was a bad person, but she didn't get crazy until she slit somebody's throat and tried to kidnap a baby.
Right. Yeah. But then she was like, at that point, she was like a rabid dog in a cage. By then she was just at the end of her rope. She didn't know what to do.
Right. So much so that she just ran off a cliff. That was the end of Nell. I don't know if you remember, folks, but she ran off a cliff and went, ah!
She hated Carly so much.
So much that she would not pay attention to the terrain in front of her. Literally ran off a cliff.
She hung there for a second.
It's like who is it? Not Linda Dano. Who was it? Oh, it was Diana Mulder on one of them shows stepped into an empty elevator shaft. Oh goodness gracious! Oh god! But yeah, I mean, like I was saying, we didn't get a whole lot of Liz this week, which is it's fine. We got a lot of Liz development last week, and I'm sure next week we're gonna get more Liz development, and maybe that's where Terry will come into play. Because if Terry knew Liz when she was Biz, and Liz is the fake Liz this whole time, and Biz is the real Liz. Like if Jeff Weber shows up, I want her to be like, "Hey, Biz, it's been so long since I've seen." Like, I want everybody from Elizabeth Youth to call her Biz, and for this Biz person to be suppressed for 30 years. That's what I want so badly.
Well, maybe you'll get it, Matt.
Maybe I'll get it. If I was writing it, I'd get it. Nell is Wile E. Coyote. Maybe that's why they named their kid Wiley. Oh, I guess that was Brad and Lucas's fault. Loveless also says because TJ and Molly are so responsible that if they were to ever have kids, they would never leave them, which eliminates them from all storyline. So, Because, like, you know, Sam will leave her kids in the basement for 2 weeks to go run off and do something, you know?
Well, you know, she doesn't have they wouldn't have the built-in babysitter that Sam has.
Monica?
Yeah. You can drop
Yeah, I
your
guess
kids
not.
off at that mansion anytime.
Yeah.
Everybody does it.
LA Law with the elevator. LA Law is where Diana Mulder stepped into a elevator shaft and fell and died.
That's quick, huh?
Oh man, what classic soap moments. Goodness gracious. What classic soap moments are we going to be getting in the next couple of weeks? Come on. They're building up. I just love these build-up weeks, you know, because I get so excited for how all these dominoes are going to fall.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, well, you know, yeah, they have to build up some new stories because something concluded.
Yeah, exactly. You know. So yeah, I think that's it. I don't know. Chad, any last minute topics you need us to cover? Because otherwise, it might be time to be back on that elevator. So long as it's there and we're not going to fall down the shaft, you know. Want Joss to push Esme off General Hospital? Yes. Okay, that'd be an end.
I think that Laura is stringing Esme along.
Oh,
I think she knows this girl. It ain't no good at all, and I think that Laura's
trying to keep Esme close so she can keep an eye on her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's your enemies closer kind of thing.
Right. Keeping an eye on her so she, you know, I'm focused right now on this whole Cassadine problem, but I've got my left eye on you, Esme.
Yeah, I don't think that, boy, oh boy.
Will Esme get thrown off a turret? You know Probably.
But I tell you what, that Esme does not know what's coming to her when it comes to Ava, though. Because not only is Ava going to be pissed at her about Trina, Ava's going to be pissed at her about her husband, too. Right?
Yes. So Nicholas is going to sleep with Esme, okay? Nicholas is he's going to make that decision. Whether or not she drugs him, I don't know, because then that gets into RAPE territory, and people just aren't into it. So I don't think he's going to be drugged or alcoholed, or maybe alcoholed, but you're not going to be drugged into it or anything. Or she'll just seduce him because, like father, like son, right, Esme? So I don't know where we're gonna see that. We don't know when we're gonna see. And Irma, yeah, look at all those. I got those are all of my autographs that I got right there behind me. So if you're listening on audio, come on down to YouTube and check us out the video, and you can see what I'm talking about as well. All these autographs that I got from 10 General Hospital characters. So yeah, if she sleeps with Nicholas, that's how she's gonna get pregnant. You're right, Elegant. Dolores thinks that Laura is snowed in by Esme like everyone else. I don't think that everyone is really that snowed in by Esme, because anytime Esme's like, Trina did it, the response she gets from everybody that she tells that is, no, she didn't.
Yeah, everybody. No one's swallowing that pill. Nobody is. It's like, nope, that's not the way she is.
Yeah, that's not who Trina is. That's not who Trina is. It's like somebody referenced it on Twitter to some time where somebody got shot and everybody was blaming Anna for it, and then someone was blaming Anna for it, and then everyone was like, Anna would never do that. What are you talking about? So I don't know who the character was and all that. I'm sure you guys can remember based off of just those two clues alone, but I can't get it. So yeah, like we've been saying on the pod, Esme is not good at this. I mean, on paper, sure, it sounds fine, but in practice, she does not get away with things. They found out immediately that she was the one that put Kiki's ID in the car fire, like immediately.
How come she wasn't prosecuted for that?
I don't know. I'm so sorry. Spencer, I think, took credit for it for a really long time. I don't know exactly.
Yeah.
I don't know.
She got away with it, though.
She did. She got away with it. I think Spencer might. I told her to, or something, is what Spencer said, and ultimately he took the fall for it, which I think is why he's in Spring Ridge, is because of the car fire, and less about the other stuff, because the car fire was very, very criminal, and everything else was just creepy.
Right.
Yeah.
It seems to me like she should have had to go to Spring Ridge too.
Right.
Because it's not a secret that she did it.
Right. And Chandra, you have it right on the head there. Only Nicholas is really the only person that believes Esme, which is why her magic is the one that works. And and it works on Nicholas only because how desperate Nicholas is to have a relationship with Spencer. I don't know what happened to Nicholas in those 3 years in Europe, but it sure broke his decision-making brain. That's for sure.
Well, he's made some bad choices in the past too, many times. He's more of a Cassadine, than he wants to be. He just is.
Yeah, like if if Nicholas were not trying to be such a good guy all the time, he might actually be a really successful villain. But since he's going against what his blood and DNA are pushing him to be, he's just not good at it. As much as we wanted our Cassadine Dark Prince to be the one that breaks the curse, he wasn't. I said it when Nicholas just came back onto the show and people were being critical over him being so mean and doing such wrong things. And why would he lie for 3 years about being dead? And why does he want the money so bad? It's because as much as you guys didn't want Nicholas to be a Cassadine, you wanted him to be the exception. He's not.
He's not.
He's not.
He's half Laura, but it ain't enough. It ain't enough.
It ain't enough. It's not strong enough.
Really raised by her either.
Right.
You know, he's raised by his uncle.
Yeah. Nicholas is more like Stefan, the weaker Cassadine. I don't know. Stefan was like really the only Cassadine other than Nicholas that I got to know. I didn't really see any Stavros or Mikos. Stefan was my mid-90s Cassadine guy.
Yeah.
Old Patchy from Days.
Stavros didn't come back from the dead. Like, how many times, you guys? Stavros come back from the dead? Like 3 times already? Might as well pull him out again.
Spencer breaking into the gallery and damaging artwork was definitely criminal. Hey, Janice, thank you for your contribution. I can't argue. And you know what? Spencer went to jail. So, hey, I'm just saying, you know what?
You're never going to trust that kid, and she shouldn't.
Stefan wasn't easy to con. I'm not sure Nicholas is. Well, I guess Nicholas is going to be a little easy to con. Spencer is not going to be easy to con, though. I don't know how this is going to go on. I don't know, because I don't know a faked positive pregnancy test. I guess. Do you just have somebody who is pregnant pee on the stick? Is that what you would do?
I guess. I never tried to do that, so I don't know. I would think so.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. We're just going to have to continue to watch the show and see.
You could probably go online and probably buy a positive pregnancy test.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure.
Good.
And everything is possible in the soap land. You know, I mean, maybe she could just believe it so much that her hormones start to produce. I don't know.
You having a false pregnancy?
Yeah, you know, a hysterical pregnancy. Nicholas is not like Stefan. Stefan was smart. And remember that Ryan is pulling the strings. Ryan does want Nicholas and Ava to be separated. The wild card really in this is Esme. Here's the thing, folks. Esme has fallen for Spencer. Now, I don't know. Okay. Did Esme fall for Spencer? Maybe not. This love might not be real. But the desire to keep him very much is. And I don't think that has anything to do with Ryan. I think that has everything to do with Esme crazy.
I think so too. It has something to do with money.
Has something to do with money, has something to do with, I don't want to be alone. I've been alone my whole life. And even though this relationship is fake, I don't want to be alone now.
And she wants to, and Esme, like pretty much everybody in the world, you want to be loved. She wants to be loved.
Yeah.
But Esme is not lovable.
No.
Not really.
And I think that's why she took to Ryan so quickly. I don't think that Ryan is her actual mother. I'm probably wrong. But for now, I don't think that Ryan is her actual father. I think that they made an agreement that if this happens, then I will I will be your daddy. I will be your dad. Once you unite me with Ava, Ava will be your mom and I will be your dad and we will live in our crazy little minds together. That's how I think is going on. And this is ultimately, if we were to one day redeem Esme, which I'm not sure is the direction we're going. She's done some really bad stuff. And we don't keep all the villains all the time. You know, we didn't keep Shiloh.
Esme to be redeemed, she has to be on the show for a very, very, very long time.
Yeah. Like, how long did it take for Ava to turn the circle? How long did it take for Valentine to turn?
How long did it take Carly to turn the circle?
Yeah.
A long time.
Yeah. So
Carly was horrible when she first came on.
Right.
She was horrible. Stealing her mom's husband and getting pregnant by him, and she did.
So yeah, I'm not necessarily. I don't think that they're necessarily going to go right into an Esme redemption story. That would be years and years down the line. She's got to do some horrible things. Then she's got to take a moment to be like, "Oh, I'm so sorry." What? So I mean, what happened to Carly? Carly came in, caused a lot of problems. People liked the character. They wanted the character to stick around, and so they stuck her with Jason. Right? Mm-hmm. They gave her a relationship, and they gave her drama, and then they gave her a baby. Like Michael came about only a couple of years after Carly showed up, you know?
Yes.
Like she went from Tony Jones to Jason and Robin raising her kid. It's like not a lot in there. So they redeemed Franco as well. All I gotta do is take a tumor out sometimes. So, you just got to give it some time if that is the direction that they're going to go. But they might not necessarily do that. And if they were, it would be because she is so lonely. Like, she has a breakdown and tells somebody her whole tragic life story and how she just really wants a dad and a man. And then they're like, hey, that's crazy. And she goes, oh, yeah, you're right. Let me do it different. But that'd be a long time from now.
They haven't given us a reason to be on her side at all.
No. And I don't think that we're going to get one. We didn't get a reason to be on Nell's side, and Nell came and went for a couple of years. And she's still not dead enough to not horrify people's lives again.
And we never got a redeeming story for Peter either.
No. They
bad to the bone.
They started with what could have potentially been his redemption. I love you so much, Maxie. Look at this life that I've been able to curate for myself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then he fell off of that. So yeah, I don't know, because there's been this criticism like they like to keep villains. General Hospital likes to keep villains, and that I don't think that's the case because we just killed one off.
Yeah,
Ryan's still around. Sure, Ryan's still around. Barely.
But Peter was there for 4 years.
He was there for 4 years.
It didn't seem like Peter was there for 4 years to me.
Well,
but he was.
Well, half of it he was a good guy. Half of it he was just Maxie's latest.
Yeah.
Daisy thinks that Esme killed her parents. Maybe. We don't know anything about it yet. We really don't. Everyone knows that Esme put a bomb in Ava's car, yet she never paid for that crime because Spencer took the fall for it. Spencer said, I told her to do it. She did nothing wrong. It was me all along.
Mm-hmm.
And Janice says, I hope to never see Esme, Joss, Trina, and Cam sharing mimosas. I don't think they're going to be. They're all too young to drink.
Yes,
and if there's a bunch of rule followers on this show, it's those four. Like, can you imagine? Like, they're gonna pour the drinks, right? They've already been drunk once and got in trouble for it. And can you imagine them to pour the drinks and then Cameron comes in and Cameron being all like, "Oh, howdy do, you guys? I don't think we should be doing this. We got in so much trouble last time,
Yeah. Yeah, that's funny.
It took a few years to truly kill Peter. It did. And because Nell made no sense, she was mad at Carly because she didn't recognize her after the meeting for 4 seconds when Nell was 5. Come on. Let a crazy person be crazy, okay? That's the whole point of their character. Nell was nuts. Nell put way too much on that moment. That was the whole, like, it doesn't not make sense. It doesn't make sense to you because you're not crazy. Remember that. It's a practice. It really is. It's a practice in accepting the show for what it is. A lot of people on Twitter like to joke and make fun and do their thing and be negative about it, but that's just not how we watch the show. We find something that we like about everything. We find something that makes sense about everything, and all it takes usually is 5 or 10 seconds of thinking. And that's not bad. That's not bad. Right, Mom? Is that bad?
Yeah.
Should I not be thinking anymore, Mom? Do I need to stop thinking about this show and start? I don't know.
Oh, I don't think you're capable of stop thinking. Matthew, that's the way you view television, though.
I know,
that's
it's
the
true.
way you are.
Yeah.
You have a tendency to dissect things.
Will Esme sleeping with... Oh, yeah. What?
But you take it for what it is.
Yes, I take it for what it is. I'm not burdened by what they did 20 years ago because I didn't watch it 20 years ago. And so I think that's a big thing. You're also not burdened with what they did 20 years ago. And that's because you watch it as a television show. Huh?
because I can't remember it anyway.
You can't remember it anyway, and you watch it as a television show. This is what they're doing right now. This is the story they're telling right now. Like the Brit thing. People hate the Brit thing. People hate the Brit thing. How come she's still so hung up on Jason? She's still so hung up on Jason because she's hung up on Jason, folks. That's why. Because it doesn't, to me, it doesn't take much to put my head in Brit's position. She is mourning what she didn't have.
Exactly.
Not what she had.
She's mourning what didn't happen.
Right.
She was really, really invested in him. She was, well, you know, she liked it. The physical draw to him for her was immense. Immense. And I think that she really thought that they were going to fall in love.
Mm-hmm.
And she's mourning what could have been.
Yes, exactly. She is
not
not
really what happened.
Exactly. She's not having trouble getting over Jason. How am I going to ever find a love that was just as strong as that? No, that's not what it is at all. Yeah, they only slept together one time, but you know what? You know what, folks? I'm gonna shatter your brains here. I'm gonna shatter your brains here with this revelation. Do you know what isn't the same thing? Love and sex. They are not the same thing at all. They enhance each other, but they are not the same thing.
No,
so, it doesn't matter if you slept with them one time or 80 times. You can sleep with somebody you hate 80 times and not love them. You can love somebody with your entire soul and sleep with them one time and have every decision you make after that be completely based around that person. It happens. It happens in real life more than you think. So, Britt is just mourning what didn't happen. She wanted this. Sonny came back and Jason died.
Yep.
Like,
yep.
Boom, Sonny's back. Well, maybe now that he can't be with Carly, but we haven't even had a chance to talk about it because you ran off and died.
Mm-hmm.
So that's just how I feel about it. So yeah, what we're getting right now is a Britt is getting over it storyline. By the end of this, she will be dating somebody else.
Yes, and I think she will be dating somebody else.
Yeah, maybe it's gonna be the Woo cousin. I don't know. Maybe. So, maybe. I mean, I put on Twitter, do you want to see Britt and Spinelli together? And people were like, no, we don't. Like a resounding no.
No, people want to see Spinelli back with Maxie someday.
They do. That was the main thing. It wasn't because they hate Spinelli. It's because they like Spixie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I think that, maybe someday they will go back together.
Yeah. Maybe.
Maybe someday they will.
Maybe. Maxie's got to stop falling for the wrong people first.
Oh boy, I tell you, all the women in Port Charles, they will select the wrong person very easily.
All right, here's another thing that I need everyone to understand. All right, Britt and Jason were not a one-night stand.
No, they weren't.
They were on the run. They were dating. They were so close to being an official couple, like this close to being an official couple. If it wasn't for Jason having to marry Carly and unlocking all of those feelings, they would have been together. A one night stand is Valentine and Brooklyn.
Yes, now that's a one night stand.
Yeah,
absolutely.
We did it and moved on.
Yeah. Crying in each other's beer together until your clothes fall off.
Right. And yeah, people love Charlie. That was if it wasn't for the fact that Steve Burton got his ass fired from the show for not taking the COVID vaccine, the story that we are seeing between Sonny, Nina, and Carly would include Jason and be just the biggest cluster F of teenage hormones in 60-year-old bodies I've ever seen.
It sure would have been. Yeah. I think General Hospital, the writers at General Hospital, they have to scramble often.
Oh, yeah. I mean, something happens and boom, their entire plot line for the next 4 months is ruined.
Yes. and they have to scramble. Okay, now what are we going to do now?
Yeah, what are we going to do?
For whatever reason.
Yeah, and then also you guys have to keep in mind too that they were limited with the number of people that were allowed to be in a scene as well. Like they had 4 people in a scene this week, and I was like, whoa, what?
Yes.
Oh gosh, I'm not used to seeing this. So there's only so much story that you can kind of tell when it comes to how many people you're allowed to have on set at one time. And that seems to have gone away. But then now we get fun, like bigger family scenes. You know, we got Nicholas and Laura and Esme and Spencer and Kevin, like all in these scenes together now, making it all dramatic as hell.
And they're starting to use extras again.
Yeah. Just people walking through hallways and such, and it's feeling more alive and more like it used to be. COVID did a number on soaps, and to still try to produce this 5 days a week, it's an undertaking. It had to have been an undertaking.
Yeah, just to create a soap opera where people don't touch each other,
right? Yeah, like
for months. No, you didn't see anyone even shake each other's hand or kiss on the cheek. Yeah. Nothing. Yeah. For a long time.
Yeah. And now you get like Drew and Carly almost making out on the footbridge. You know?
Almost. You know? She stopped it though, didn't she?
She sure ruined that plan. She ruined that plan. She just showed up and was like, I'm ruining this.
Yeah, she sure did.
I'm gonna go live. I'm gonna go. Ah, crap. I love it. All right. I love it. But we've been doing this thing for an hour and a half. We got to get back on this elevator and let these people go on with their lives.
Yeah, we sure do.
We got to get back onto that elevator. We got to go back down to the first floor. You and me, we're going to push that button. We're going to go down to the first floor. And we're going to get off the elevator. And we're going to say goodbye, Dr. Finn. Goodbye, Dr. Ashford. Goodbye, Dr. Randolph. Goodbye, Nurse Johnson. Goodbye, Nurse Baldwin. I guess she's still Baldwin, right? She didn't change her last name back to Weber, did she?
I don't know. Did they say?
I don't think so. I don't know.
Well, you would think that she wouldn't want to be a Weber. She hates her parents.
And she feels so bad about Franco being dead that she developed a whole second personality to keep reminding her first personality of the fact that Franco's alive. Oh, well, thanks, Elegant. Thanks for listening to our great podcast. Look at that live exact feedback about how fun we are. Well, that's nice. That's nice. All right, folks, we're going to get on this elevator. We're going to go back down to the first floor. We're going to say goodbye to the staff. We're going to get the heck on out of here. We're going to get in our cars, tune the radio to old episodes of The 10th Floor, which you can find on podcasting apps all over the place. Here on YouTube as well, youtube.com/10th Floor Podcast. You can find us on Twitter at 10th Floor GH. You can email us, 10thfloorgh@gmail.com. You can do all kinds of stuff to get in touch with us. And Ma, did you know that in about a month, we're going to have an amazing announcement for all of these people?
I know we are.
Isn't that great? So keep listening, because as time goes by, you're going to get closer and closer and closer to this exciting new development. So,
yes.
Yay us.
But we cannot tell you.
No, not yet. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for your kind words in the chat at the end of this. I'm going to get in my car. I'm going to go home and spend some time with my family, because I'm Matt.
And I'm Kat.
And we'll catch you right back here next time on the 10th Floor.
Bye, guys.